adage with staggering 2-year logs of nearly 14,000 trees. And that's nearly a fifth of the Earth's largest trees. California has seen
Hey, Wally. Hey, Theo. Hey, Beef. Don't worry, dear. I'll be. Hold that thought. I'll be back home for dinner. Trump 24. Trump 24. Oh, you can tell by the way I move and walk. I'm a woman and no time to talk to any female impersonators because I ain't going that route. No way. So don't stop. I'll be back home in time for dinner, baby. Yeah, man. Hey, my name is Cal. You know, like Cal, Superboy. You know, I mean, I know I could walk through this town like and say, they ain't got nothing on me. They can't hold me in a can. No way, my man. And I like Trump. I support Trump. Even though I didn't vote for him during the last political election. But I know I didn't vote for Sleepy Joe, Slow Joe either. You know, like so, God forbid. Because I like Trump. I don't like Biden. But anyway, though, y'all want to see me do my gangster walk? Superboy. Sick hell. Sick hell. Sick hell. Hell to the full of all races of people's persons. Trump, not Biden. He's a closet commie. Not to mention a closet gay Catholic priest wannabe that's in the boys. He don't like girls. Even so, he don't like women. If anything, you know, girls and women, even so, they ain't got to worry about Sleepy Joe, Slow Joe. You know, if anything, he be fast with the hands when it comes to the boys. But you better not mess with Jojo Rabbit, because Jojo Rabbit, he's mine. I don't mean that in a gay, homosexual or gay, homo, closet, that kind of way. I'm just saying, regardless of whether or not I can have Jojo Rabbit, JJ Rabbit, Jojo Rabbit, or whatever, how to say, sitting on my lap, seated, or whatever, I'm just speaking, you know, correct, proper standard English grammar of American dialect or some such qualities and quantities or not. Be I speaking of King's or sweet slang. They say sweet lingo, sweet slang, sweet language. No. I mean, but what I mean, be I speaking street slang for that matter. If I could possibly have, no, I'm not wagging the dog. I'm gonna get back to the original topic of discussion or subject matter at hand to be debated, regardless of the pros and cons of the different views and opinions thereof to be affiliated, associated with, and are representing some such thereof. But then I'm about self-defense. And I pride the legal system. And if the courtroom says that Cal Rittenhouse, you know, is not guilty, you know, and he's been cleared of all charges And of course, the self-defense thing, we must respect that. But anyway, get back to some such other before I will to lose my train of thought or forget what I was about to say. And as I think of it with that in my mind's attention, try to backtrack here with real purpose being, and so I could go on with the following to continue from where and when that my person had last left also can finish up as incomplete upon a previous prior last thought. If I was to have J.J. Rabbit, not James Evans Jr. from the Good Times TV show comedy episodes. Oh, James, we gotta go down there and get James Jr. He's in the can. We gotta see if he can get back in time for then. Oh, don't worry, Florida. I got it all taken care of. It's all covered. Even if I have to get Trump on the red line. Because I know Slow Joe, Sleepy Joe, he be saying that all black brothers are super predators. Don't worry, Flo. I got this. And my homie, the Mexican or Hispanic bro, Lopez, he's gonna give us family support. Then even if I were to have JJ otherwise, Jojo Rabbit sitting on my lap and be kissing him in the mouth, that don't necessarily mean that I have to be like, a friend of Harvey Weinstein or Jeffrey Epstein like Sleepy Joe or Slow Joe may be, Yeah, let's do it. Let's do a self-defense dance. Yeah, President, you're gonna knock me the fuck out. F out, you're gonna knock me out. Before you know it, he was kissing the muzzle of my AK Russian-made semi-automatic. He was kissing the muzzle of my AK-47 Russian-made or American-made semi-automatic rifle. Rat-tat-tat-tat. I said, back away. He don't want to kiss you in the mouth. Back away. But he kept putting his mouth on the muzzle. After we're gonna attempt to come off like some kind of skateboard artist and bop me in the head with that about. I said, no, don't do that, and please don't kiss the muzzle. He said, please, pretty please, can I kiss the muzzle of it with these soup coolers? Now, no offense is meant to be directed at the this is a parody, okay? I explained in my footnotes, so anybody think I'm making a joke out of the deceased, you are out of line, You can't take life so seriously all the time, Blacks, one way for them to have gotten over, so to speak, or to get through slavery, same can be said of our rival counterparts of the white Jewish. In order for them to get over or get through that horrific time frame period of human history being the Holocaust, they had to keep a sense of a sense of being jovial or of a joking manner, I mean, we have to accept we're going to get into that so far as the subject matter at hand or the type of discussion. But first of all, let me get through the I just thought to open up with some such other to lighten the mood. But let me get through the basic intro as an introduction before I would speak upon this here, supposedly on a much more serious note of interest. But then it's really supposed to be quite comedic or comical, but then still all the same, no disrespect meant to any surviving family members of the deceased, being what was it, a Jewish white boy that had ended up getting murdered or killed by I suppose a so-called racist rednecks loaded 6-shooter that just so happened to be, unfortunately, worse yet, some kind of semi-automatic rifle, Whether or not he himself is a closet Klan or closet neo-Nazi, that's just a difference of opinion. And if our American legal system of a judge, jury, and prosecutor had rendered the verdict of not guilty, then we must respect that. Okay, you understand what I'm saying? We must respect it. Yeah, Black Lives Matter is a terrorist organization. I'm agreeing with a comment made by one of my visitors to my personal, that's my immediate personal social media channel, chat room, and a comment section. You know, and speaking upon those matters, now that they come to mind, because the Black Lives Matter movement, it doesn't represent, I said, it doesn't represent blacks. It is the total opposite. Yes, and Antifa is a terrorist organization. Last I recall, if I do recall correctly, if I remember, if I have my suspicions to be validated correctly, it can be compared onto the fake black social activist movement of the Black Lives Matter movement, then, which was founded by a Jewish white boy who's nothing more than you know, who's nothing more than of the likes of a closet commie, like our president-elect, you know. And as far as I know, he could be a gay pedophile Catholic priest wannabe in his own right. See, what's his name? George Soros. He was adopted by a racist redneck white boy of one of the higher ups in the Third Reich, where his parents paid him to adopt. You know, at some such given moment in time. You know that commie traitor to the Democratic Republic, or to, yeah, he sure did. Soros did help the Nazis to kill his own people, and he stole his own people's land or real estate. You know, yeah, George Soros is a cocksucker. You know, always have been, always will be. Now, if he's the one that founded or co-founded the Black Lives Matter movement. You know, and he was a Nazi as well as a closet commie. You know, closet neo-Nazi. You know. But anyway, though, if you really want to support a black social activist movement that is for real, it would be the BPP, the Black Panther Party, in which I am a card-carrying member of. I'm just not active as of the present given moment in time, you know. But anyway, getting back to something such on a much lighter note, and I know I may catch a lot of flack from certain blacks compared to others, whereas they could be like saying, "Why are you making a joke out of?" It's not like I'm like being disrespectful of the surviving family members of the deceased of the Jewish white boy who was murdered or killed by Kyle Rittenhouse, regardless of whether Kyle Rittenhouse is regardless of whether or not Kyle Rittenhouse is what I meant to say, correction, my bad. Regardless of whether or not Kyle Rittenhouse is a closet Klansman or closet neo-Nazi, but then that is beside the point. The point that I'm trying to make that should be relevant is that he was cleared as in found not guilty on all charges from a legal argument of self-defense, and we must accept it as it is, you know. Okay, we must accept that. Then that, because to do something altogether different, because you know, no evidence was found, you know, that could validate, verify, or confirm a different legal argument, you know. And if anybody were to contest that argument without going through the proper policies and procedures of protocol, then you may find yourself before a judge, jury, and prosecutor for attempting to violate somebody else's civil and or human rights, you know. And so therefore, let me get back into the comedic or comical parody of this here, you know. And like I said before, and I'll state it for the record, likewise, so I say and state for the record again, this is not meant to offend or be of any disrespect to any surviving family members of the deceased, you know. being of the Jewish white boy who had fallen prey or who had been murdered or killed by Cal Wittenhauser, whereas the legal argument is that he acted himself in self-defense, because he felt that his personal space or that his life was being threatened, and until anybody else can prove something altogether different, we must accept it for what it is. It is what it is, baby. So, without any further ado, let me get off into the, whatever you want to make of it, and hopefully nobody takes offense, because it's not meant to be any disrespect toward, those being of whom, whatever I've said, whom have a difference of views and opinions, possibly with the verdict, So with that being said, let me begin. Hi, everybody. My name is Cal. They try to frame me. They try to make me out to have become some kind of cold-blooded monster. But I'm not. And I'm not related to Adolf Hitler, the late Führer of Nazi Germany. Neither nor am I related to former or ex political presidential candidate of the USA. If not, he's a late political presidential candidate, being one David Duke, who at one time or another was supposed to be in some kind of grand imperial wizard or grand dragon or grand cyclops of the invisible empire, the Ku Klux Klan. No, I'm not related to any of those clowns. I mean, I believe in America, and I'm really quite liberal. I mean, I like black people or black folks, as well as I like other races of people or folks. I like Jewish people or Jewish folks. Likewise, I'm not a racist. I'm far from being a racist. You should think of me more as if I'm Theodore Cleaver, like in accordance to the male character played or portrayed in the television comedy of a sitcom series production with all of its many different episodes. You can tell by the way I'm a woman that has no time to talk. And definitely I'm not into no female impersonators who could be about the monkey business of devilment or demonic activity as they could stalk. The president. I tried to tell him. I said, don't kiss the muzzle of my semi-automatic rifle, please. And likewise, I would tell him that. I would likewise tell him that. Well, I would tell him not to try to hit me with a skateboard, but he wanted so much. He wanted so much to kiss the muzzle of my semi-automatic rifle. The Russian man, American man. I was begging him not to do so. I said, please, sir, you're not in your right mind. It won't hurt you. Please don't kiss the muzzle. Don't kiss the muzzle of my rifle. I had to run from him, but he was constantly coming up on my rifle to kiss the muzzle of it. My semi-automatic rifle. Can you see the tears coming? I said, oh, Lord. I begged him. What was he thinking? What's wrong with these people down there? I begged him. I seriously did. You understand? My social media family, or subscribers and visitors to my own immediate personal social media channel, little chat room, little conversations here. I beg him, I say, don't kiss the muzzle of my semi-automatic rifle. Whatever that means. I said, I'm a member of the average white band. Y'all like that music. Play that funky music, white boy. Well, y'all like the music. Bum, 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 bum. I like me some green onions, some green tomatoes. Bum, 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 bum. Why can't we all just get along? Bum, 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 and look past the race issue, you know. I'm just an American, regardless of how I'm a mixed breed. You know, I told him, I begged him. I said, please don't kiss the muzzle of my rifle. He wouldn't listen. Come at me with that skateboard. He wanted so much. I begged him not to kiss the muzzle of my rifle. Only after he was to hit me in the head with that skateboard. And before you know it, the muzzle went off. And then he was on the ground. He was on the ground looking like he's the relative cousin of a block of Swiss cheese. No, it's not showing disrespect, y'all. What's wrong with y'all people? What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? Take it back. The disrespect, the insult that you're giving to me. Like old boy was saying that movie flick, Goodfellas. What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? No, Robert De Niro. Take it back. Take it back. Anyway, though, I know I'm going to catch a lot of flack from this here. Certain Black, Hispanic, and Asian brothers, even so, for that matter, they'd be like saying, why is you making a joke out of this here? That was a racist redneck dickhead prick that shot dead another male in cold blood. And I'd be like, I'm not making a joke out of it. That's rather tragic to me as well. You know, believe it or not, for one person to take the life of another person, you know, I'm just trying to, you know, look at things from a lighter point of view. That's all. But you seem like you're joking about it. No, it's a parody. I'm trying to look at both sides of the coin. I'm looking at it from a serious note of interest as well on a lighter note. You understand what I'm saying? I mean, I disregard, you know, that kind of. I mean, well, when I say disregard, well, you know what I mean. I detest, you know. I disregard, you know, that of entertaining the thought of possibly condoning some nonsense like that, you know, because life is a precious thing, you know. You know what I'm saying? Life is a precious thing, you know, and whatever that means. Life is a precious thing, you know, and I'm just sorry to hear that the deceased happened to be another human than a rodent or a bat, you know what I'm saying? Or than a rapist or a pedophile or a Catholic priest, you know? Yeah. But I'm just trying to look at all angles of the news story, put it in one format and another, trying to decipher, trying to dissect it, you know, like a doctor or scientist would do such of a specimen. So do legal attorneys and paralegals for that matter, you know, as well as doctors and nurses and scientists, you know. But anyway, though, I'm glad that the verdict was self-defense. I'm glad that there was no proof that he acted otherwise. So, Kyle Rittenhouse, you know, young man, do something with your life, you know. Don't disappoint the judicial legal system of our own supposed so-called Democratic Republic of democracy, you know. Now you know. Don't be going out in the streets to some public demonstration or public rally, packing a piece or a gap or a loaded lethal weapon of a firearm anymore, whatever make or model, because then you would warrant more person suspicions that it was something other than a matter of self-defense. You should know better than to possibly attempt to put your neck in the noose again like that, because I know what it's like to be in the hot seat, at some such given moment in time within a courtroom setting. That's no joke. To have others literally actually hold your life in their hand to decide whether you're innocent or guilty. At one time or another, I had practically and or possibly had become subjected to experience that being of the or a person of I myself, or so I say, regardless of whether or not I am speaking correct, proper standard English grammar and American dialect, or be I speaking the King's English street slang for the matter. But at one time or another in the past, this was quite a few years ago, a couple few years ago. No, hopefully it was for a much longer time frame period than that. So I say, and as I say, and I'll say for the record, that is, and as I think of it with that in my mind's intentions to try to backtrack here, with no purpose of being, nor else I can go on to continue for where and when that my person had last left off, so I can finish up as a complete, a form of complete prior line thought. But at one time or another, I myself personally had been or was confused with a gay pedophile Catholic priest wannabe, and I could have been doing some rather serious time if it had not been for all the what they call that according to legal terms, that is speculated conjecture, that's a conjecture, speculated conjecture, or a legal technicality, or a hypothetical theory, or what they call in legal terms, something about circumstantial evidence. Yeah, otherwise I could have been up Crap Creek without a paddle in a boat with a hole in it. They're talking about sending me away for years. I'm not saying, man, I'm like, get out of here. I'm having to talk to my legal defense counsel, or attorneys or lawyers and paralegals and so forth. What are they saying? Man, like sound like the rendition of former ex-president of the USA, William Jefferson Clinton, but rather instead to put a twist on his one-liner, I'm not saying, in more words or less, so I paraphrase and not quote exactly. I did not touch that boy. I did not touch that. I don't mess with. I did not touch that boy. But then, Slow Joe, Sleepy Joe, you better not be attempting to mess with J.J. Rabbit or Joe. I say J.J. Rabbit, not James. J.J. James Evans Jr. You better not be attempting to bother with or mess with Jojo Rabbit, Sleepy Joe, Slow Joe. You better not be making with the fast hands with him, attempting to, pull him into some bed sheets and upon the what you call feather foam or water bed mattress, I'll be coming for you. I'll be coming for you when the eyes of the rangers are upon you. I'll be like, dog, the bounty hunter. You better leave him alone. Ain't none of you. I'm not wagging the dog. Don't go there. But like, right? Ain't none of you girls or women even so should worry about the president-elect. So much as becoming touchy-feely with y'all years, because Sleepy Joe, Slow Joe, if anything, I'm one of them person that believe this here, compared to how others could tend to differ, that he's really in the boys. Yeah, our president-elect, he's really in the boys. Maybe that's why he wanted to bring American troops back to the States or back home, so he could have more of a quantity of quantity as well as quality of males to get touchy-feely with, males of the same sex. Yeah, he's into males, be they men or boys, especially boys. Well, meant I thought that old fart was going to croak, and and the vice president was going to take his place and become, you know, president, DC president of the USA, and speaking upon other matters now that come to mind, you know, and commander in chief. I was kind of hoping, if you look at it from one point of view, it's not another, that speaking from a prodigal son point of view as a lesson to you, but then the majority of most churchgoers of whatsoever, whatever religious denomination are not just the worst, but the worst is closet devil worshippers, you know. Yeah. But anyway, getting back to what I was about to say, I was kind of hoping from a prodigal son point of view until I were to make amens and think more from a Christian one, you know. I was kind of wishing, hoping, or whatever I said, that he would finally croak that old fart of a closet commie and closet gay pedophile Catholic priest wannabe, so that the USA could become subject to experiencing the first woman president of the USA, you know. I was kind of wishing that he would finally kick the bucket, you know, because I didn't vote for him. I didn't vote for that guy, fella. Maybe some of y'all or yours may have done, so I didn't vote for him. And although I didn't vote for Trump either, but I didn't vote for Biden. Did I say Biden? Venom, Biden, Biden, Venom. Yeah, he is like a snake, you know. I didn't vote for Biden either. How much less, you know? Yeah, but anyway, though, by rights, you know, twice impeached, twice acquitted former ex-president Donald Trump, you know, old Mr. Carrot Top or Mr. Moneybags, DC president of the USA, should still be in the White House. In that closet commie, the political challenger, otherwise, he should still be in the White House, regardless of whether or not, you know, some such ballots or votes were stolen, you know. That's just a hypothetical theory or a conspiracy theory. So, former ex-president Donald Trump, Führer for all races of people's persons, get over with. Quit saying that. You should really, you know, kick to the curb the pillow man if you really want to have a successful political campaigning bid for the White House in the political calendar year of 2024. You know, get rid of him. You know, I don't mean literally get rid of him, like put a bullet through his head or anything like that, and really put him to sleep. Get rid of him. You know, disassociate yourself from him. The pillow guy, a pillow fella, you know, because he could throw a monkey wrench in your political campaigning bid for the presidency within the political calendar year of 2024, because he's constantly getting on the airways for whatever electronic social medium, talking about the votes were stolen, you know, and all that, and he could really throw a monkey wrench in the program for you to try to keep your name in the clear when it comes to that January 6th insurrection attempt to overthrow the U.S. government or that of the American democratic process, you know. Okay. I mean, if it don't fit, they must have quit. Ain't that right, Cali boy? Oh, Cali boy, cleared on all 5 counts. Oh, Cali boy. Oh, Cali boy. For a minute there in one of my previous private videos, you know, social media broadcasts, I mean, you must understand from my own, you must, you know, understand from my own POV point of view, my own views and opinions as, you know, a non-white guy, a fella supposedly, well, still supposed to be part white, you know, and part Hispanic and Asian, so maybe Jewish for that matter. But, you know, I was willing to throw Kyle Rittenhouse up under the bus, man. You know, I like saying white privilege. Then some say, nah, you can't be prejudgmental, you know. So that's why I made the second video, whereas I'm wishing to extend to him an apology, as I did, you know, and that's the second video being a remake of the first one I did in regard reference to him. And this one here, you know, take it for what you want. I'm not trying to sound and seem like some Uncle Tom, you know. I mean, like, right. I'm not a closet Klansman or closet neo-Nazi myself. I'm just saying for the sake of argument, I'm making this here as more of a parody, as I'm trying to look at both sides of the coin, I'm trying to, look at both angles of this news story, and so forth. So you all give me y'all views and opinions. That is, tell me what y'all think, And as I was trying to go about a Q&A session, but then I'm going to have to get out of this shortly to make it to a soup kitchen that moonlights as a food pantry, Okay. Been one of few that I know that serves during nighttime hours or during the evening compared to how most I know be serving during the daylight hours. And speaking upon those matters, not a common man, but anyway, young man, I wish you the best, Don't be going to any protest rallies or protest demonstrations anymore, packing a piece or a gap of a loaded lethal weapon of a firearm or whatever make or model, be it, registered or not. Because remember the first time you got in trouble for that, and you don't want to repeat that scare on your life, on your freedoms to come, your freedoms or liberties to come and go as you please, whereas you could possibly become or be somebody else's bitch in the can. And crazy out, man. They look at a young white boy like you and they be like saying, "Is that dude? Is that guy? Fella, that racist redneck puke?" And all kinds of brothers be on your ass, They'll be introducing you to their Oscar Mayer kike wiener hot dog. Oscar Mayer wiener hot dog, ballpark Frank, or extra Polish sausage. They be having you suck on it, and they be like, making a sandwich with you, And like, you like that? Because we're gonna stick it and stuff it in your buns now. And a lot of Hispanic guys would have did the same to you, and Asian one for that matter. Even some of your own white boys in the can, poor white trash, regardless of whether or not some or such of them could possibly have become or be closet Klan or closet neo-Nazi, card carrying members to the Invisible Empire or the Aryan Nation, like that movie flick, American History X, something like that. But anyway, though, I'm gonna close shop, you all, by saying, as I will usually speak upon some or such of a subject matter, regardless whether or not I were to speak upon a couple, few, or four more for that matter, and then I would get a closing argument, last but not least. But then at the very beginning of some or such to be considered, I would give the basic intro, Then let me close out by saying, if you haven't gotten Christ as your own personal Lord and Savior, I would hope that you would think to do so now while the blood is still running warm in your veins, by recognizing and realizing what he himself had done or did upon the cross of Calvary on the hill of Golgotha, suffering at the hands of some such Roman soldiers upon the orders of their superior religious and otherwise Pharisees, Sadducees, centurions, and Caesars, and etc. But then, nevertheless, he went to that cross of Calvary to become the perfect sacrifice, the only sacrifice for you, as well as for me, so that us being a whatsoever race and whatever walks of life, factors of society, lifestyle preferences, being an old, young, like both two sexual genders, the male and female, represent not only the human people, the global community within this post 911 era, but numerous in the apocalyptic day and age, and where the doomsday clock is now at a few minutes to midnight compared to our former period prior to then. It was a quarter midnight for these rather biblically professed time would have professed some of such faith in them. From there, you will become and be blessed in one regard and another, more ways one. First and foremost, with his salvation, meaning which is the only means by which you can or could possibly be considered as a citizen of the kingdom of heaven. And then, second of all, with his deliverance, But then, if you don't think to accept him as your personal Lord and Savior to get not only the much more important, but the most important blessing, being of his salvation, then you have nothing coming so far as blessings is concerned. Your final resting place would be among the other unsaved, lost, damned human souls of unbelievers and unbelievers, to be tortured and terrorized by the devil and the demons and lake of fire forever, compared to how we as believers in God will be across that great divide that separates heaven from hell, and come to like-minded believers as in Christians, aka Protestants, and in the presence of God and his angels otherwise. Hey, but then you all take care and be safe. Be blessed, not stressed. And until next time, until then I think it's a wrap. We out. Bye.